This is Meeka from Single to Mrs. Happy New Year. Yesterday I had on my glasses and I was feeling great, guys. I was cooking in the kitchen. Today I'm sitting down on my bottom because I deserve it. As a mother that's been running behind the kids all day, I just want to chill out. I just want to drink my little glass of wine with my name on it and just relax. But I had to get on here just to see how y'all were doing, how y'all made it through y'all day, especially with it being like the first day of January, it being the new year. Like I said, I know some of you are still on the rocky road, still feeling kind of, you're not sure if you're going to make it, but you're going to make it. We're going to get through this. I know everything is not all, hee, party, let's go. But guys, I'm here. And like I said, something in my spirit told me to come on here and just hold on this evening just for a little bit. I did make my original video today for you all, so you can check that out on my YouTube channel. But like I said, I laugh, I joke around, like I said, but I know there's some of you out there that you need me. You need a strong message. You need somebody to pull you up and say, hey, I got you and I got you, and I just want to let you know that I'm here. A lot of people are still doing their own thing. Like I said, we're fresh into the new year, but I'm here to talk real talk. I'm here to give you that encouragement. And I just feel it. I feel it. It's somebody is like, I got something heavy on them because it feels like a brick sitting on my chest, guys. And I have the gift of discernment and I really feel it. I'm really in tune today. And like I said, just comment, just say something. I know you're watching me, but if you need something, if you have a question about something, you have to talk to me. I cannot help you unless you talk to me. And that is so important. And that's what people need to let you know. My heart is good, my mind is clear, and I'm ready. I'm ready for the new year. I'm ready to give out some wonderful messages. I'm ready to push you. I'm ready for the encourage you. Because it's about you guys. God does his thing for me behind the scenes. This is all about you. This is not about me. I just ride it out because I've been there. I've done that. And like to say, I don't know everything. I'm not perfect, but I have been through a lot. Like most of you know, if you've been watching my YouTube channel, that's why I say please make sure that you subscribe because you never know that day you're gonna be like, I need somebody. I need that inspiration. I need that motivation. I need that push. I need somebody just to talk me off the cliff, talk me off that ledge, talk me, to get up out of that bed. Give me some encouragement. Hi, Aubrey. How are you? Welcome to my channel. I'm Meeka. Nice to meet you. Like I said, you just never know. It's not easy. The times that we're living in are not easy. Your children are driving you wild. Adrian, hello, welcome. The children out here are just taking you, and your relationships are taking you. I'm doing great. I don't have any bad weather where I am, so thank God for that, Aubrey. But yeah, like guys, like I said, it's not always about jumping and partying and talking trash and cooking in the kitchen. Somebody needs to sit down and talk to y'all. Like I said, there's no big mamas no more. Big mamas are gone. There's no grannies anymore. There's no papas, no granddaddies, grandpa, you know, meemaws, they're gone. So, I just want to let you know, it's going to be all right. You're going to make it through this. You will make it through this. And like I said, I'm going to make it through this with you. It's so many people. I know I used to work in the hospital. I know people, going through, a lot of times times like this, you see people in the emergency room. Our ER used to be full, of people that just didn't even want to be at home anymore, that just couldn't be by themselves or just couldn't be around their family, can't sleep. Times are troubling, guys, and I'm here for you. I'm here to talk to you. Make sure that you like. I don't even know if I have any top fans. I don't even, it's okay. I'm not worried about that. That's not important to me. My importance is you. My importance is make sure that you're okay. My importance is making sure that your mind is clear. My importance is make sure that you get to tomorrow. That's all I'm worried about. Everything else is irrelevant. I'm not one of those ones that need the designer handbag to be top of my list, or I don't need that brand new car to be at the top of my list. I'm not that person. I'm not a realistic person. I'm a real person. I ain't no faking me, you know. I'm a old OG. I grew up with some tough cookies, around some tough cookies. So, I've rode out with some people that, have dealt with drugs, that dealt with alcohol, and it's okay. They like to party, they like to have a good time. But at the end of the day, a lot of people are crying on the outside and the inside. And we got to be real about this. We got to know that people are suffering, and I'm here to help you to get delivered from that. Some people are out here dealing with relationship issues, and I want to help you. It's okay. Remember, you are beautiful on the inside and the outside. And don't let nobody ever tell you no different, guys. People can try to break you, but you don't let people break you. You don't let people try to discourage you. People will try to just take you to the next level. People don't care, but it's okay. I care. I love you. I want to be here for you. I'm a listener, guys. That's one great thing. Let me cut this light out. That's one thing about me. I'm a listener. I love to listen to people and hear what they're going through and actually give a real response. Nothing fake. I will give you a real response. You ask me a question, if you want to know, I'm going to be real with you. And that has caused me a lot of people to walk out of my lives in the past, because people don't want to hear the real no more. People want you to give them some fake stuff, and I'm not that person. I ain't gonna give you the fake. I'm gonna tell you how it is. And if you accept it, you accept it. If you receive something from it, you receive something from it. But that's just who I am. I'm that love bug. I'm that giver, you know. I'm not a taker. And that's the realness behind me. And like I said, I just wanted to jump on here and let y'all know that I'm here. I'm real. I'm alive. Thank God. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you that, Kaylee. Thank you. I appreciate the love. Like I said, I don't like to brag about what I look like or what I wear. I'm not that person. If you ever meet me in person, I pray that I get that opportunity where I'll be able to meet people and in real life eventually. I can be like, "Hey, you want to meet and greet in person with me?" I would love that, but I haven't got there yet, and it's okay, because like I said, I'm going to give some real life experiences for you. Amen to that, Tamara. Thank you so much. I will never give up on what I do and what I am doing. This was instilled in me when I was 18 years old. I'm 43 years old now. So I will never give up on my gift that God gave me, because God gave me this gift. And, if you don't use your gift, it will be taken away from you. God can take that away from you. And that's why I said I will never, ever, ever, allow somebody to me not to use my gift to help you all. Thank you, Lucas. I appreciate you. I won't give up. Yes, thank you, Kaylee. I am. I pray that I'm inspiring people. A lot of people don't comment on my channel, Meeka as Single to Mrs. And that's why I pray that you all make sure that you subscribe to my channel and comment on my channel, because I want to share some wonderful things with you. Amen to that. I want to share some things. I want to let y'all know that I'm here and I'm pushing you all. Oh, thanks. Y'all are so sweet. Like, y'all are just telling me some really nice things about myself, but I want to say some nice things about you all as well, because I feel like you all are, just somebody out there is just, you're on the edge. You know what you want in life, but you're not sure, where you're gonna go. You're not sure whether you need to let go yet. And it's okay to fall so you can receive. And I tell people that all the time. Just let go and let God do his will in your life, because you are strong, you are wise, you are worthy. Hi, Toyin, how you doing? Yes, and you are worthy. You are worthy to be loved upon. You know, guys, you just never know who you're going to come encounter with. You never know who, when you open that door, who's going to be right there and, and who's going to bless your life and whose life you're going to bless in return. Remember, blessings work both ways. Aw, that's sweet. Thank you so much. People are not like me no more. I remember when I first started my YouTube channel, I had somebody get on there and was like, "You're AI. It's nowhere that you're real." And I'm like, I am real. People like me still exist out there. There's people like me that are real, that care about people. I love people. I'm a helper. I'm genuine. And there's a lot more people like me. I have a lot more brothers and sisters, in Christ like me as well, but they don't have a platform yet, or they don't speak on it a lot yet, but I'm here. And like I said, and I pray that one day that they start reaching out and they get on that platform and they talk about their past and bless people's lives as well. Yes, I thank you, Tamara. I do. I have a beautiful soul, and it's not bragging. It's just because I remember in one of my videos, you can hear about it, but I remember meeting a man one morning. I got off work from the hospital, and he told me, he said, "You know, you know why you're beautiful?" And I looked at him, I said, "Why?" And he said, because God made you beautiful. And I was so blessed by that, guys. Like, you don't even know. Like, after a hard night, a 12-hour shift in the hospital working, take care of sick people, like, God just knew what I needed to hear right then and there. Happy New Year to you, Kaylee. Happy New Year. Happy 2026. And I pray that you are growing, and I pray that you grow into the wonderful woman and young lady that you are. Okay, bye, Tamara. You take care of yourself. Make sure you say your prayers always. But yeah, I just want to be genuine. And like I said, it's just so hard for people to do that because they're lost themselves. They don't even know what to say to people. Modern technology has taken a lot of communication away from people, and they don't know what to say when they come in contact with people. They don't know even the words to use. You know, I'm from the old school. I'm an 80s baby. So, a lot of times when I love meeting people out. I love talking to people because back then we didn't have the cell phones like that. You got introduced to people and you talked to people and you went to school with people. And then that was that, like, so that's how you learn to communicate. Now everybody wants to communicate through the phone. And that's kinda hard, and I'm not gonna say anything because I did meet my husband online, but that's because I worked all the time, and my aunt told me that I would never meet anybody out because I worked. I was a hard worker, I was a hustler trying to provide for my family, and then, like I said, I met my husband online, and it has been a blessing for me. It has been a blessing for my life, and I'm very appreciative to God for that. So just make sure, guys, that you're thanking God every day for life, for blessings, for healing. Even when you go out every day, thanking for your traveling mercies. Even if you get on a bus, pray for the bus driver, pray for their family. Pray for your teacher. You don't know what your teacher has gone through if they are at home, whether it's a professor, whether it's a high school teacher, whatever. Just pray for these people because when you come in contact with people, you want them to be the best them. When you go to a restaurant to eat, you need to pray over the cook and pray that they got a good mind so you can get some good food. My aunt always taught me, when you cook you cook with love and your meals will always taste the best. Did you come up to do this to people? Well, I started at 18 years old. I found that I had the gift of discernment, and where I am able to receive messages from God. I can hear God's voice clearly speak to me, and then I deliver the messages that He speaks to me, and I deliver them to other people. So that started when I was 18 years old. And I had a earth angel. I asked God to one night I was laying in my bed at my parents' house. I was a teenager at the time. And I told God that I wanted to get to know Him better. I wanted to learn about Him. I wanted Him to send somebody who could teach me more about Him. And then that's when I met a earth angel and her name was Melissa. And like I said, I'm going to share that story one day. I am not ready, to be honest, to share that story because I get so emotional about it because she's a real live earth angel and I will carry you all the way through that story. So just make sure that you subscribe to my channel because that is the most intense, most deep story that I think anybody could ever share here on earth. So hang in there. Like I said, make sure that you subscribe because that story will come one day and many more stories will come. I love to share my real life reality of what I've been through with other people. So you will definitely get to hear me speak one day about that on one of my channels. And I will be so genuine. And a lot of times when I share stuff with people, guys, I make them cry and it makes me emotional too because it's so real. And that's why, God speaks to me, especially about certain things and I deliver messages, it's such a beautiful experience, something you will never be able to experience. And let me explain something. I have to make it very clear when I talk about discernment. I'm not the same person. We don't do the same things as psychics. We are totally separate. I'm not a psychic. I don't read or a palm reader. I don't do any of that. My messages come truly from God. I'm not a person who reads cards or anything like that. No, I do not. I am a child of Christ. I am a child of Jesus Christ himself. And that's very important. And then when you talk to people, you got to make it clear on what you do and how you deliver your messages. Yes, because you don't never want anybody to ever be confused on what God you served. A couple of months ago, I shared that on one of my channels as well, my videos. I talked about how I went into a shoe store one day to get my son some shoes, and a young lady, I was telling her about my YouTube channel, and she asked me, she said, I was telling her about my channel. I said, I talk about God, and she stopped and she bluntly looked me in the face. She said, which God? I said, "I know that's right." And I was so inspired by her because I had never ever been questioned by anyone about what God that I serve. So that's so important. And I have learned something from that. And she was a young lady. So, I know that she is a believer as well. And I need more believers. I want more believers for 2026, guys. I want more people to believe that God is real and He died on the cross for your sins and he died to give you life and he will always be there for you. You know, like I said, I had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations, ups and downs. Not that I didn't grow up knowing who God was, but it's like I felt like God had to prove something to me as a young lady. And now that I'm older, I knew that was false. He never had to prove anything to me. I had to prove myself to him. And like I said, he has rescued me so many times, so many accidents I've been in, so many, you know, hard times, so many talking me off the ledge myself. And that's why I want to give back to you all out there in the world, in the nation, of how good he is and how he can work in your life and how he can change your life. And not only your life, guys, and I speak on this and I'm so passionate about it. God can change life for your entire family. It takes one. It takes one little seed like you to change your whole family. If you're the good one and you got some bad seeds in the family and bad things going on, God can change that for you. He can fix it. But you got to believe in him. You got to trust in God and you got to know that he's there for you no matter what. No matter what the trial or tribulation is, no matter what the up and down, no matter how hard you might think it might be, God created us and he can fix anything, anything, because he created you. He created this entire world. So never let anybody trick you and never let anybody talk anything false to you. That's important as well. A lot of people will try to trick you and deceive you and mess with your mind and make you think that God is not real and God is not returning, but He will. He is real. He is very real. And you need to know that for yourself. So just trust in him, believe in him. All right, guys, I have to go for tonight. I was only going to stay on here for a few minutes, but I felt like this conversation needed to be had, needed to be said, and I needed to put it out in the atmosphere, and I did so. And I appreciate you all. You have a blessed night. Make sure that you know your worth. Make sure that you're always kind. Make sure that you're patient and make sure that you're thoughtful of others as well. Please make sure that you share my channel, share me. Make sure that you subscribe to me and make sure that you like my channel as well. God bless you all, and I'll be back soon. Bye.